Hey guys! Today I have a guest on the channel because, as always, I get millions and millions of messages about TUJ, and I know what it's like to be a high schooler. I know what it's like to want to watch every single video imaginable about the place you're gonna go. Since I don't have that much time left at TUJ, I'm gonna milk it and get some views and give you some videos on TUJ. Who are you?
Hi guys, my name is Cameron. I have a channel called itsumo kyameron, and I just make videos in Japan about college life and being a student in Japan, so please check me out.
Today's video we're going to be doing a Q&A. Basically, I'm going to be asking from a freshman point of view a few questions about classes, which professors we like, which ones we don't, which classes were easy, which classes were hard. This video will probably be good for study abroad students too, so if you're coming for one semester, you'll know which classes to avoid by all costs and which classes will be a good time or at least be interesting. Before I ask Cameron any questions, there was one video that asked me a very specific question and I don't know how to put it in any other video, so I'm just gonna answer it in the beginning of this one. How to get to your dorms on your first day in Japan. I had never thought of this to be a qualm, but basically you get on a bus or a train and you go to the address that they send you where your dorms are. I got like a really long message about this one and the person seemed very distraught, so I just wanted to shed a little light on the situation, I guess. But you're on your own, school does not pick you up, but you are a big person now, you're in university, you should be fine. You're taking a train or a bus or something to the address that they give you in the email where your dorms are gonna be. Put it in Google Maps and find your ass to school. Check-in is 24 hours basically. You send them your flight information through the email and you just make sure you arrive. There will be a key on the door. I mean, self-explanatory, and you will know when the time comes. Now it's time for Cameron questioning time, the part of the video, the part of the show where we question Cameron until she feels uncomfortable.
That was fast.
What was your favorite class at TUJ?
It's so early to tell
Okay.
because I'm only a freshman. I've only taken 2 semesters at TUJ, but I'd have to say it has to be my Japanese classes. No doubt.
Which professor did you have?
I had Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi is really sweet. She's an amazing teacher. She makes you talk a lot, which is really beneficial to your growth in the Japanese language. So I highly suggest you to take Yamaguchi's Japanese class.
If you are a high school freshman or a high school sophomore watching this video, which happens quite often, I've noticed, and you don't know what university is like and you don't know what to expect yet, a professor makes or breaks your class. Even if you're taking the exact same class but you're taking it with a professor who's not so great, it can really ruin the experience of the class for you. Pay attention to this video. If I were to answer that question, I'd probably have to say it was my race class. So the race class is a freshman level class, so maybe that one's more helpful to you. There's a gen ed requirement, don't remember what it is. To fill that requirement, I took identifying race or something like that with Professor Mock. Everyone hates Mock, so lots of people are gonna tell you that Mock is very strict, and he is, but he's a very real teacher and he's a very good teacher. So he makes lectures interesting, he tells jokes, he's very funny, he's strict, be on time, don't miss his class. But as far as information goes, I thought it was really interesting. I annotated the whole textbook. I still have the textbook. I quote that class to this day. I think it was good for my personal growth as a human. What was the easiest class you've taken so far?
None of the classes are like super easy. None of them are like, significantly difficult in my opinion. It's just how you I keep saying but you probably don't know. It's whether you show up to the class or not. It's whether you pay attention to the class or not. It's whether you actually listen to your teacher or not. There's not any easy class. There's not any difficult class. It just makes the difference of you either paying attention or not paying attention.
I'd also probably add it depends on what you're good at. Like if you work well in project-based classes, then those classes will be super easy for you and maybe really scary for someone shy. Like for me, I prefer having less tests and quizzes, but some people really hate that because that means like your whole grade is based on like 2 tests, which has been the majority of the classes I have taken. For me, I'm like, oh great, I don't have to pay attention at all. And then the week before the test, I'm like, downloads every PDF and every presentation the professor's given, It does depend on who you are, yeah. Professors you shouldn't take at TUJ.
Can I disclose this information?
It can maybe feel mean. If you don't think you're gonna be taking a class from that professor ever again, then go ahead, tell the world. Remember, the school needs the feedback.
Okay, so there is a professor that I always advise my friends not to take for his class. He's a nice guy, but he's not the best professor in my opinion. Sean Arnold.
Okay, Professor Arnold.
Yes, Professor Arnold. His class is a bit strict. I also had him at 8:10 in the morning, so I couldn't really wake up and then, get ready for a whole literature class and typing just English. And I'm like, I can't English. I can barely Japanese. Why am I in this class? That is one of the professors, and I will say another one. Professor Bakani. If you have trouble understanding people with different accents, that class would not be right for you. However, I did understand him, but the rest of my classmates did not. It was college algebra, and you kind of need to understand what the teacher is saying in order to understand math.
Like we said before, every class is, it depends on who you are and what kind of learner you are. So it's good to have the information so you can make informed decisions. For me, I would say never, under any circumstances, after just saying that, take Rosenkjaer. I mean, some people love him, like they swear by him, but it's really only because he picks favorites, and you'll never know who these favorites will be. He's kind of racist. He is a supremacist, not a white supremacist, but a supremacist, like a knowledge supremacist. You can't have any opinion that isn't his. I did not get 1A in his class, and I am very good at English. He was a literature professor. If I had a different opinion with him, it was like a D. The paper was written well, I promise. I'm a disability student. I was sick for like 2 or 3 days. And I came back and he yelled in my face and asked me where I was. Yeah, my other friend, he's Swedish American. He thought he could handle his class because Rosenkjaer is also a Scandinavian name apparently. He was like, yes, he's gonna pick me as the favorite. He is American, but he spent all of his high school career in Japan, and so sometimes it takes him a minute to think of a vocab word, like a bigger word that's used to explain things. I think that happens to everybody though, right? Professor Rosenkjaer would act like he's not an English speaker and he would do you even understand what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. Yeah, never take Rosenkjaer under any circumstances. The only reason he's still at TUJ is because he has tenure, okay? Other than that, I'd have to say I've had strict teachers and I've liked them because, they cared about what they're doing. They're just like, well, you could not do it, but then I'll fail you. Your choice. They're like, I'm not gonna guilt you for it. A class is a class is a class. You either do the work or you don't do the work. But if you don't do the work, you take an arrow to the knee, my friend. Classes you would recommend based on their content. Something you were like, man, I never thought about that before.
So far I've taken mainly gen ed classes, so English, math, basic level Japanese. I guess I would recommend taking the English 802 class because you will talk about Japan today and how it connects with Japan previously and Japan in the past and current things that are happening in Japan that relate to what has happened before. Birth rate decline, also efforts in Japan such as Cool Japan to promote Japanese anime culture, food, tourism in Japan. So that class helped me write about current things today that really made me interested in Japan as a whole.
That's really awesome, especially if you're just coming here. I would have to recommend any history class that's on a specific area, not just an overview thing, because the overview ones are always hard. There's a million things to memorize. There's lots of maps. Not so nice. But I did one about Central Asia, which is Russia and the Caucasus and Mongolia and these kind of places. I did one on Chinese soft power, which is really interesting, how China uses media and study abroad students to convince the world that they're awesome. I was like, what? Also, did you know that Caucasian refers to a specific people in the Caucasus, like if they're Georgian or Azerbaijan or something like that? Yeah, all you white people are fake Caucasians. You're not real Caucasians. Your thoughts on different majors?
Well, I had my sights set on being an international business major. However, I suck at math. So I decided to opt out of doing that, and apparently there's a lot of things such as like requirements that you need to be an international business major, and I just couldn't fulfill any of those. And I also didn't want to put my passions and things towards something that I didn't really care about that much, because Japanese was my passion. It always has been. Language is my passion, and so I'm thinking about either becoming just a straight up Japanese major or Asian studies major.
I am a communication studies major, and yeah, I did do the Chinese and Japanese courses just to see what they're like. There are some requirements for some majors that are a lot harder and some that are a lot simpler. Studies is pretty simple. You can basically do as many things as you want and you'll get it, because communication is a very wide field, so you can really focus like with what you want to do, whereas like a psych major or a international business major is very one tracked, so you really have to weigh what you want to do. If you're just here to get a degree and you're not here for like a specific dream, then don't bother with the aforementioned two that I was talking about. Com is probably the most general. Art is probably the most fun but the most time consuming. Business students are very isolated, I think. They don't take a lot of other courses, whereas the other majors kind of intermingle in the gen eds and the history courses, because Asian studies students will take history courses that also the Japanese majors will take, or the Japanese or the comm students will take, because there's extra space, or political science will definitely share history courses with Asian studies, so we all mingle a bit, but the business students are like cricket. How do you feel about the new campus? I haven't been there, but she has. Check out her videos on those.
Yeah, check out the campus tour.
Plug!
The new campus.
Yeah.
All I can say is wow. Like, it is so great. If you've seen the bathrooms, you're just gonna like it will steal your breath. That's how good they look. And
so
like, I really wish you could come see the new campus soon.
I'll go.
Probably like next week when we
Yeah.
have school. It's really nice. It's in a great location. There are a lot of cafes around the area. There's a lot of stores and shops and great places to hang out with friends. Also, it's on Showa's campus, so we get to pretty much mingle with the Showa University students, which is why I'm really, really excited, because I can actually practice my Japanese with people who actually care about me.
Would you recommend TUJ?
All in all, I would recommend it, because let's say you're going to college in your hometown and you've never been outside of the country ever before. Well, I highly recommend you to come to college and study abroad at the same time, because who would want to spend so much money staying in the same area that you've lived in, unless you really like that area? Please get out and go explore the world.
If you're gonna spend money right. So that was it for today's video. I will see you on Cameron's channel for an interview where I'll be answering questions that she made. Links in the description box below on stuff and blah blah. If you're in and you're already accepted to TUJ and you would like to know about orientation week and all of that stuff, you can click this video here. And if you are interested in GPA and what you need to get into if you're still applying, then watch this video. And that is it for us. Goodbye. That's it for today's video, and we hope that you enjoyed it and it was helpful for you.
We produce these free videos with your support, so if you want to know how to become a patron, you can check the description down below, or you can search on patreon.com/livelovelang.
Get your free templates and vocabulary lists on our website, gladlyglobal.com.
Why are you waiting? It's free.
Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment down below, show us some love, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.